SIggy, you were destined to become involved with racing.
So Mum worked for Armidale Stud as a stud manager up there, and Dad was trainer for Armidale Stud at the time, and he used to do breaking in and all the works there, and they met, and we obviously moved down to Elwick I was only 1 year old at that stage, and from there on I lived there for 21 years, and Dad trained, Mum helped him out, and that's pretty much where it all kicked off.
Well, Georgie, your dad was Chris Catania, who was a popular jockey, and I suppose it was natural for you to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, look, I was lucky. I had, obviously, my dad was a jockey, my stepdad, Russell Revell, was a jockey, and so was my sister, so it was just in my blood, and I pretty much knew no different from day dot. We moved down to Elwick, and obviously then I'd met SIggy from then onwards, and the first time I actually met her, my mum thought I went missing, and I got grounded for a week, and here I was just watching SIggy, meeting SIggy, watching her ride her pony in the round yard, and so the week went very slow, but that's where we finally met from then onwards. But Elwick was a massive part of my life.
Would it be fair to say that both of you know each other's innermost secrets?
Yeah, and we're definitely not going to share all those with you. I was very lucky. I was a bit of a spoilt kid. I had a lot of ponies. Actually, I can remember when I would get grounded, Mum and Dad would take them off me and go and throw them out in a big paddock and say I wasn't allowed to ride them anymore, and poor little Georgie suffered too. But so we used to train our ponies up like proper racehorses. And get out on the track. We were allowed to ride after track work at Elwick, and we used to ride them around the track there and have pretty much like trials, but I think we had them every day instead of once a week. I reckon Georgie would have only been about 8 at the time,
about 8
and she used to ride the smallest and probably at the time the slowest pony. Casey and I used to ride the half thoroughbred fast little ponies.
So you had some role-playing experiences as youngsters at Elwick?
SIggy was always the trainer, and I was always going to be her main stable rider, and from day dot we had always spoke about that. I was destined. I always wanted to be the jockey, and SIggy always wanted to be the trainer. So we always used to say, "You train, I'll ride," and taught each other.
We used to load the horses up on Dad's truck, and all our ponies. I think we had 5 at the time. We'd fill the truck up, put the back up, jump in the front and pretend we're driving along down to the races. Then we'd unload them all and we'd go and tie them all up in the tie-ups. And and I think we used to pretend that Georgie rode them, and then I'd probably give her a spray.
Yeah, that's about right.
So Georgie, tell me, how did you feel when you rode a winner for SIggy in Launceston?
I wish she was there, but the poor bugger, she was so crook at home, and so she was yelling and screaming, obviously on the TV. But for me, it was incredible. It was something that it was a dream come true for me, and I'm sure it was for SIggy. But for me, it was just something that we'd wanted to do for our whole life, and for me to hit the line on Coronation Pierre, and she's such a lovely mare, and it was really good. Yeah, it was probably one of the best times of my life in my career.
Argyle Beach phenomenal dancer, Coronation Pierre from last.
Something, we obviously dreamed of doing as kids, and to actually make it reality is pretty unbelievable. I tell you what, I couldn't hold back my tears. I think the dogs were barking at me and everything.
Mate, we did it. She's been my best friend for over 20 years, and I get a bit teary now, but I was just so stoked to ride a win for her. She means the world to me, that girl, and she's always my backbone as I am hers, so we got it.
I think I called you straight away after the races, didn't I? And we both were crying, and I was like, "You stop crying." She's like, "You stop crying." I was like, "We can't stop crying." And it was just a dream come true. It was something that, people talk about going to the Olympics and stuff like that. For us, it was so high and such a great achievement. It was fantastic.
We're lucky to have each other sometimes in the jockey's room, always there for each other, even if it was that I might have knocked her down or something like that. We're very rarely, I don't think we've ever had an argument over a race or anything like that. Our friendship's been great through that, and there has been times that, God, we probably either one of us could have thrown it away if it wasn't for each other.
Our bond is strong, and it hasn't changed from day dot, I would say. We'll never forget our friendship out there, but Ben, I suppose for me, and obviously you'd say the same probably, is being jockeys, we're very critical of each other, and we're very hard on each other in a race. There's no friendship when it comes to be out there. But straight after it, we're always happy for each other, and we always, you know, sit down, watch replays. Do you think this? Do you think that? Sort of thing. So
I do get dirty on her if she beats me in a photo finish.
yeah, it's happened a few times. Vice versa. You know, it's racing, it's competitive, and it's a one man's game. But like I said, we're just very lucky to have the friendship.
Is that why we race?
It's why we race.
Yeah, it is.